What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Jeremy and welcome to Jeremy's Wild World. So guys, I'm sorry that I haven't made a video for a very long time. If I'm completely honest, I just haven't had any ideas, and as well as I have been busy these past few months. As you can see, new scenery, I'm in a new house, so for the past few months I have been moving house, and yeah, so just a mix of moving house and just not having any ideas for videos. I do apologize for that, and I will try to make more videos from now on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In this video, as you saw from the title, I am getting some new isopods. I'm starting a new colony, and yes, I know, another isopod video, but I am also going to be updating you guys on the inverts I'm currently keeping. But yeah, so you're going to see new ones that I have collected from the wild. I was going to make a video on that, but I ended up scrapping it because weather was not good and audio wasn't really good. But I'll be showing you guys what inverts I collected from my garden. It's actually really fascinating keeping these insects for the past few months. And yeah, so I'm going to be showing you guys the new isopods I'm getting from eBay. They will be coming here soon, but I will pick up the camera once they come through the mail, and I'll be showing you guys the new inverts that I got, as well as updates on the other inverts. So be looking forward to the rest of this video, and yeah, let's get right into it. So the first group of inverts I wanted to update you guys on are my dairy cow isopod colony, a scientific name Porcelavis. So the last time I showed you guys this colony is when they first started having babies, also known as mankai. They were really small, and even before I open the lid, as you can see, there's just hundreds in there. So let's open it up and let's take a look. And as you can see, guys, these guys have just reproduced like rabbits. There are just babies and juveniles absolutely everywhere. And if I lift up the cork bark, there are even more juveniles. Like, as you can see here, just look at all of these guys. Just absolutely beautiful. Again, thanks to Sam from Bug Realms for providing me a starter colony of these guys. As you can see, this is what a beautiful adult looks like. Just the coloration. Eventually, I want to start separating the juveniles that don't have as much black and start to breed and selectively breed Porcelavis white. If you don't know what that is, guys, it's basically just dairy cows that have less of the black splotches all over their body, and it's pretty much just a white isopod. So I'm going to be trying to do that in the future once I start to selectively breed the less dotted ones. As you can see here, if I zoom in, this adult has quite a few black spots, whereas, oh, she just disappeared. But that one there, oh, that's a good example too. Those ones don't have as much black spots. The enclosure hasn't really changed too much. It did get kind of shaken up when I was bringing them over here, so some of the moss did get buried underneath. So I just added some more, added some dried leaf litter. And other than that, this isopod colony is doing absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's move on to the next invert. So the next group of inverts I wanted to update you guys on are my black garden ant colony. Scientific name is Lasius niger. And as you can see here, there are plenty of workers in here. And yes, I do realize that the test tube is very dirty, but at the moment there is not any mold. They have run out of water in the test tube, but I am supplementing that with a pipette, and I'm putting a blotch of water just near the entrance, just so they have something to drink. And I do give them food and water every day. As you can see, I do need to take out that meal worm today and change it with another one. But yeah, these guys are doing really well. The colony is starting to grow quite a bit now, and the queen is still laying eggs. I'm not actually too sure where she is at the moment, but she is still alive. I did check on them before I took them out. And yeah, so these guys will be getting a new house soon. I am looking around on eBay for this what do you call it, formicarium for them, and you know, ones that you can keep the outworld and the nest together. I did find one. I'm probably going to buy it and make a video on it. If you guys want to see that, just leave a comment down below, and yeah, so I'll make a video on that if you guys want to see that. But yeah, not really much to update you guys on, but don't worry, these guys won't be staying in this test tube for much longer. But yeah, so they're doing absolutely amazing, and I'm very surprised. This is my first ant colony that I've ever raised ever, and they are doing amazing. So yeah, let's move on to the windowsill where I keep most of my inverts now. So guys, this is my windowsill where I keep the majority of my inverts at the moment. And yeah, so in this section of the video, I'm going to be updating you guys on these three for now. And then when the isopods I've ordered off eBay come, I'm going to be updating you guys on what's in here as well as what's in here too. Because these are the ones I collected from the garden, and I might as well just include that with the new isopods, since, you know, brand new stuff that I haven't shown on the channel. And yeah, so starting off with my mantis. So as you can see in here, this is my giant Asian mantis dice. She ended up being a nice beautiful female. As you can see, nice and plump. She's doing very well. Unfortunately, when she did have her last molt, her leg did not grow back, as well as she still maintained the damage to her eye. Sorry guys for the lighting, it's not the greatest at the moment. Oh, there we go. But yeah, as you can see, Dice is doing very well. She's very healthy. I would get a male for her and breed her, but at the moment I'm reluctant to do so since I just do not have the space for all the babies that she could potentially produce. And yeah, so this is Dice. She's living out her days with me. Hopefully she'll live for more than a year. But yeah, so this is Dice. And yeah, let's move on to the other two. If you guys have watched my last video, you'll know what this enclosure is, and this enclosure belongs to my giant orange isopods, also known as Porcellio laevis, scientific name. So yes, these are the same as the dairy cows, but they're just a different morph. And yeah, so I have my giant orange isopods in here, as well as the fruit beetle grubs. But as you can see, I do have a few babies. Some have scuttled off and buried underneath. These guys do like to bury more than Porcellio laevis dairy cow, I've noticed, because I have had this cork bark in here for a few weeks now, and they haven't really taken to it too much. But yeah, as you can see, the orange isopods have been breeding quite well. I don't have too many adults anymore, but I do have a lot of juveniles, so hopefully the colony will still be going strong once these little guys grow up some more. And yeah, the fruit beetle grubs are also doing well in here. I'm not going to dig them up because I don't want to disturb them too much, and their bite does hurt. But yeah, so as you can see, still got a couple adults. They are very beautiful. For me, I personally enjoy looking at the dairy cows more, but I do appreciate the giant oranges just as much. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this enclosure. If you're wondering where I got this cork bark from, because this originally wasn't in here, I did actually take it from the communal enclosure. I will be talking about that later on in the video, guys. Not so good news on that, but yeah. So just a last look at the Porcellio laevis giant orange before I move on to the next enclosure. So guys, I'm currently editing the video for today, and I actually forgot, as you saw from the clip when I was talking about my giant orange isopods before I rehoused them, that I mentioned about the communal enclosure. I forgot to talk about it when I was unboxing the isopods, so I was just going to fill in the clip right now. So unfortunately, as you know, I used to have a communal enclosure which included some millipedes, some cockroaches, the fruit beetles, and yeah, so unfortunately all of them have passed away except one, which is the orange banded millipede male, which I am currently housing in the new enclosure for the orange isopods. He's doing okay, but the female died during a molt. The cockroaches died one by one, and the beetles, as you know, some died in December, January time, and the female died a few weeks ago. So I no longer have the communal enclosure. I still have the enclosure like empty. I do plan on doing something with it in the future, but for now it's empty. I no longer have the communal enclosure. But yeah, let's get back into the video. So guys, the last enclosure I wanted to show you guys for the inverts I've been keeping the longest is Itzy, the regal jumping spider, scientific name Philippidus regus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, guys. Please excuse my pronunciations. I am not that great at pronouncing scientific names. But yeah, so let's just open up the enclosure and have a look at Itzy. So if I just zoom in here, I don't want to bother him too much. And yes, I am calling it a him because I'm pretty sure it's a male, because he has the nice big green fangs and he does have those pedipalps. But yeah, as you can see, he's just tucked into his little web, feeding on a mealworm that I gave him earlier today. And yeah, the enclosure, as you can see, much bigger than what I used to keep him in. I'll probably throw a picture up around here of what I used to keep him in, that tiny little cup. But yeah, so he's doing really well. He's been molting quite a bit. But yeah, this enclosure is going to get not an upgrade, more of a beautification, if you want to call it that. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to change up the soil. I'm going to put some more greenery in here just to make it look a little bit nicer than just a stick in a cup. I did get this cup enclosure from my friend who did also purchase a Philippidus regus from another invert show. But yeah, so I've just been keeping him in here. Probably going to keep him in here for a little while. This is big enough, probably until he's just about fully grown. So yeah, so he's just going to be staying in here. And yeah, so that's all the updates for the inverts I've been keeping. I will cut back into the video once the isopods come from eBay, and I will be showing you guys what's in there and also what's in here too. Just to give you a little hint, as you can see, webs in here. And what could be in here? Who knows? Stay to the end of the video to find out, guys. Alright guys, and I'm back, and a few days later, well actually it has been a week since the isopods did get shipped, but I did get them today, so let's get right into the unboxing. But I can't lie, I already opened the box just to have a look to see if they're okay, because you know 7 days in postage is not good. Unfortunately, we do have some DOAs and there has been kind of a mix-up, but let's just get right into the unboxing. Alright guys, so let's get into the unboxing of this video. Well, unboxing for you guys, I've already opened these up and given them a good spray because they have been stuck in postage for 7 days. Unfortunately, due to the whole lockdown thing, that Royal Mail hasn't been, you know, as quick as it usually is. But yeah, so let's get into the unboxing and let me explain what's going on. So, as you can see guys, I do have 3 tubs of isopods. Originally, I did order 2. One albino armadillidium. I'll throw a picture up of what they look like here. But yeah, I ordered armadillidium SP albino and I ordered a Porcellio species. So let's get into the actual ones I ordered. So, as you can see here guys, these are a beautiful Porcellio laevis. Yes, these are laevis. The same as my oranges and my dairy cows, but these are Porcellio laevis milkbacks. So if I just open up the container here and give you guys a better look, as you can see where they get their name milkback from. They have the wild type colors with the lack of pigmentation on the back. Some vary, so this one has less of the dark natural pigmentation. This one looks what a generic milkback looks like. In here I do have a few young ones and I have quite a few adults, so that's good. And yeah, so I'm going to be rehousing these in a minute. So let's get into the isopods I didn't order. So I ordered, as I mentioned, Armadillidium SP albino, but there must have been a mistake when the guy was packaging them because I received these 2 instead. So let's start off with these because you guys will obviously know what these are. These are dairy cow isopods, Porcellio laevis dairy cow. As you know, I do have a big booming colony that I did show at the beginning of the video, and unfortunately I have received these, not intended. I didn't order these, but I'm not complaining. It is nice to change up the genetic variation of colonies every now and then to avoid crashes in the colony. So as you can see, there are quite a few in here, mostly juveniles, but there are a few adults, and I do see a few babies in here. And as you can see here, there are a couple that are pregnant, so I'm probably going to separate these guys from my main colony and gather some juveniles and mix the ones from my previous colony with these guys and start a new one. But yeah, so that's it for these guys pretty much. And as you can see here guys, I have no idea what these are. I'm pretty sure they're Porcellio laevis, but I'm not sure if they're just normal wild types. I'm pretty sure they are, but these guys are just a wild type, I think, or they could be the milkback that are recessive. I'm not too sure. I'm going to contact the eBay seller and let him know what I got. As you can see, there's a couple pregnant ones in here. There's a few adults. There were a couple DOAs, but I already took them out. But yeah, so let's quickly get these rehoused because they've been in here for far too long. And yeah, so let's get into the rehousing. So getting into the rehouse of this video, guys, I did assume that these guys would arrive quicker, but I did pre-made these enclosures a few days ago. This one for the Porcellio laevis milkbacks and this one for the Armadillidium SP albinos. This is temporarily going to house the dairy cows until I get a bigger enclosure for them. And the Armadillidium SP albinos will go in here, hopefully, if I get in contact with the eBay seller. They will be going in here just because I want to make sure that the SP albinos get enough ventilation, as well as they are slower breeding than Porcellio, so I wanted to make sure that they had a smaller space. But obviously these guys aren't here at the moment, so the dairy cows will go in here. And as you can see, this is going to be for the milkbacks. So let me just open the lid. It is quite humid in there. But as you can see guys, got some cork bark, stuff like that. This is going to be for the milkbacks, going to hopefully be breeding them fairly quickly. I'm going to hold off putting in the grey ones that I don't know what they are in there yet, just because I don't want to mix the morphs in case it does ruin it in the later generations. You know, it gets rid of the morph, because I'm not too sure if milkbacks are recessive or not, but I'm not willing to take that risk. So yeah, so let's get into the rehousing. So starting off with the milkbacks. Just going to open them up and dump them straight in here. There's got enough humidity and food for them in here. And I'm just going to make sure that all the contents goes inside. Just don't want to... Oh, that's not good. Yeah, this is the problem with letting isopods stay in shipping for too long. As you can see, I've got a DOA here. I'm not going to put that in there. But yeah, that's... Oh, is that... Oh, no, that's the other half. Okay. So yeah, those are now rehoused in here. As you see, already starting to eat the cuttlebone. Some have scuttled off and hidden within the moss. They have a nice piece of cork bark here. Oh, they have a nice piece of cork bark here that they can hide under. And yeah, so just those are rehoused. And let's start to rehouse the dairy cows. So guys, if you're wondering from the previous clip, just before I get into rehousing the dairy cows, I just want to show you guys, I did put these isopods into here. I'm pretty sure they are Scaber. I did email the guy, waiting on a reply. But yeah, so I put them in here. If you're wondering what else is in here, they are the beetle grubs. And the reason why they're in here is because I did end up rehousing my giant oranges into a similar container to where I keep my dairy cows, my big colony. I'll throw a picture up around here of what they're staying into now. But yeah, so I'm going to keep these guys in here. Don't worry, there will be some moss and there will be more leaf litter. I will put a bit of calcium in here later on. But before I rehouse dairy cows, I just wanted to quickly show you guys that I am putting these guys into here with the beetle grubs. Okay guys, so now I'm going to be rehousing the dairy cows in here temporarily. Eventually, once I get a bigger tub for these guys, I'm going to change the substrate in case they do produce mankai in here. But yeah, so let's just get these guys into this enclosure. So these are the ones that I selected from my already well-established colony. And yeah, so they're basically just open them up, put them in there. And yeah, so let's start off with the ones I got from eBay, just because I'm more worried about these guys as being dehydrated and all. I'm going to just dump everything in there, including scat, which is their poo. Just dump everything in there, just because I'm pretty sure they will have babies in here. And yeah, so just make sure they're all nice and comfortable in there. And also put in the ones that I selected from my colony into there. These ones do have less splotches. As if you've seen in the beginning, I do want to start selectively breeding for Porcelain lavis white. So this would be a good example of one that I would keep on its own. But for now, I'm just going to include these guys with the other colony just to mix up the genetics. Come on, get in there, little guys. This one's being a little bugger. Come on, in you go. There you go. So yeah, as you can see, they will be temporarily in here until I get them a big container. That will probably be in the next couple of weeks once the lockdown's lifted up and we're able to go out to buy non-essentials. But yeah, so as you can see, Porcelain lavis dairy cow. I am slightly disappointed that my SP albinos aren't here, but I am happy to have a brand new colony of dairy cows. I do love this morph, I really do. But yeah, so let's get into the end of the video and practically showing you guys the last bit that you probably aren't looking forward to the most, but I guess it'll just be interesting, you know, what animals I did collect from the outside. So guys, before I end today's video, I just want to show you guys the inverts I collected from my garden for a video I end up scrapping. The video was going to be me collecting inverts from my garden. As you can see, I do have a very big garden, so I did want to collect inverts, make a video for you guys, but because of the wind, you couldn't really hear me that well, and the audio was kind of muffled, so I just ended up scrapping the video. But I did end up keeping some of the inverts I did collect. So let's get into this tub right here. As you know, I did previously show that there is webbing, so there is a spider in here. But yes, as you can see, it is a house spider. It's a female. I know it's a female because she has laid an egg sac, as you can see in the corner there. And yeah, she's laid 2 for me. She did eat the previous one. This one was only produced a couple days ago. But as you can see, guys, the webbing is just amazing. I'm not too sure how much longer I will be keeping her for, but I do plan on keeping her for the foreseeable future. But she is beautiful. And yeah, so I don't exactly know the scientific name for these guys. I will throw it in the bottom left corner once I do start editing this video. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this gorgeous female house spider. So let's move on to the bigger tub. So if I just open it up here, as you can see, quite good looking if I'm completely honest. I did collect most of the stuff from my garden, of course, except the substrate and the sphagnum moss. But I did find this moss covered brick. This is a brick. I found this in my garden, but as you can see, the moss just looks amazing. And I took a few more bricks. I collected the leaf litter, the pine cone from the garden. Of course, not the cuttlebone, that's from my cuttlebone collection. But yeah, so let's get into what I'm keeping in here. So as you can see, guys, I'm keeping more isopods, of course. I am absolutely obsessed. These guys are absolutely beautiful. So these guys are actually Oniscus ocellus, also known as the common isopod, common skirted isopod. But if I can just get the lighting right here, As you can see, they have the gold flecks on their back. They have the beautiful elongated skirt. I just think these guys are absolutely beautiful. So I have a decent colony of these guys. They have had some pregnant females. I'm not too sure if they've had mankai yet, but I am just keeping these guys. I'm probably going to keep them for a while because they are a beautiful underrated isopod that you can literally collect in your back garden. And also, as you can see, I found these guys recently. I didn't find these guys in the video, but these are Porcelio Scaber, I'm pretty sure. But as you can see, they are not the normal wild type. I'm pretty sure these are Porcelio Scaber larva. And as you see, there's another one coming back. They are just insanely amazing looking. Like, they just have the orange flecks. I can't believe I found these isopods in the wild. I have a few of these guys, and once I get some more enclosures, I will be separating these Scabers from the Aniscus ocellus and trying to see if I can continue. Let me just flip this upside down. Try to see if I can continue the line of these beautiful isopods. So yeah, that's pretty much all updates I have for you guys on my inverts, new and old, and ones I've kept before. So let's get into the outro of the video. So that's pretty much the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the update on my inverts I'm currently keeping, the unboxing and rehousing of isopods I ordered from eBay. Although it did not go exactly as planned, I am appreciative of what I received, and I will be taking great care of the isopods that I did get. So guys, if you enjoyed today's content, I really appreciate if you click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you don't miss out on a video when I do decide to upload again. I would also really appreciate if you follow me on Instagram, jeremyswildworld_, where I will be posting videos and clips and photos of the animals I am keeping when I'm not uploading videos on YouTube, so you guys are up to date with what I'm doing. So leave a like, leave a comment down below. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.